somebody
Hay
and
una
say,
guerra
there's a
Hay
war,
una guerra
espiritual.
a spiritual war,
Solamente la vas a vencer con estrategia.
and you're only going to be able to defeat it with the strategies.
Quiero leerles algo que tengo aquí.
I want to read something that I have here.
Ningún otro hombre fue objeto de tanto respeto y admiración
No other man was an object of so much respect and admiration
como el genio militar Jorge S. Patton.
like the military genius George S. Patton.
Su papel como general durante la Segunda Guerra Mundial,
His role as the general in the Second World War,
sin duda fue protagónico.
without doubt, he was the leader.
Asimismo, no hubo enemigo más temido que el mariscal de campo,
And in that same way, there was no other enemy that was feared so much as this German field marshal,
el alemán Erwin Rommel,
the German Erwin Rommel,
cuyas tácticas astutas de guerra le ganaron el sobrenombre
whose tactics that were very wise won him the nickname,
el zorro del desierto.
the Desert Fox.
Eso casi todos debemos saber porque eso lo enseñan en historia.
Almost everybody should know that because they teach that in history.
El éxito de Rommel en el desierto impacable de África
The success of Romer in the desert of Africa,
del norte era el dominio público.
of Africa of the North, was the public dominion.
Aún así,
Even like that,
Patton lo condujo hasta la emboscada que llevaría a la derrota,
Patton took them all the way to the ambush that would take them to their defeat,
a las tropas alemanas.
to the German troops.
Escuche bien,
I want you to listen well.
estamos hablando que aquel hombre era temido
We're speaking about that man was feared
por su valentía,
because of his bravery,
por su victoria.
because of his victories.
Este alemán,
This German
con su
man,
ejército,
with his army,
se ganó el respeto
he won over the respect
aún de sus enemigos.
even of his enemies.
Pudo provocar miedo en ellos.
He was able to provoke a fear in them.
Patton resultó ser más astuto que el zorro y logró cambiar el pulso de la guerra
Patton resorted to be more wise than the fox, and he was able to change the course of the war
para obtener la victoria de los aliados sobre Alemania.
to obtain the victory of his allies over German.
¿Qué fue lo que le ayudó a Patton a derrotar tan contundentemente a su enemigo?
What was it that helped Patton to be able to defeat his enemy without denial?
Dice que cuando se le hizo esa entrevista
It says that when they did this interview with him
y se le hizo la pregunta,
and they asked him the question,
Patton se dirigió directamente a Rommel y dijo,
Patton directed himself directly to Romer and said,
conozco su libro.
I know his book.
Patton había estudiado las tácticas de su enemigo.
Patton had studied the tactics of his enemy.
De la misma manera,
And in the same way,
tú y yo,
you and I,
los creyentes,
the believers,
debemos de conocer el libro
we should know the book
a medida de que estudiemos
at the measures that we study
para conocer las estrategias
so that we could know the
que
strategy
usa tu enemigo.
that your enemy uses.
Muchos de nosotros
Many of us,
no vencemos
we don't defeat
porque no conocemos.
because we don't know.
Mira a alguien y dile, sin conocimiento no vencerás.
Look at somebody and say, without the knowledge, you're not going to defeat.
Nuestro enemigo es invisible, ¿sí o no?
Our enemy is invisible, yes or no?
Yes,
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Por eso es que vence muchos de ustedes.
That's why he defeats many of
En
you.
nuestra humanidad,
In our
lo
humanity,
invisible no se ve.
what is invisible is not seen.
Pero en el espíritu,
But in the spirit,
lo invisible tú lo ves.
what is invisible you do see.
Ay.
Come on.
Él va a usar
He is going to
a
use
sus huestes
the spiritual forces,
espirituales
the spiritual forces,
para pelear contra ti,
to fight against you,
para vencerte a ti,
to be able to defeat you,
para destruirte a
to
ti.
destroy you.
¿Sabías tú
Did you know
que si tú no conoces
that if you don't know
3 áreas
3 areas
que van a tratar de vencerte a ti?
that are going to try to defeat you?
Mira a alguien y dile,
Go ahead and look at somebody and
yo
say,
hace tiempo que no soy el mismo.
it's been a long time that I'm not the same person.
That's right.
Efesios 6:12.
Ephesians 6:12.
El problema es que tú y yo estamos peleando contra lo que vemos.
The problem is that you and I are fighting against what we see.
Y lo que vemos
And what we see,
no hace daño.
it doesn't damage you.
Come on.
Déjame explicar.
Let me explain this.
Si yo me paro frente a ti
If I stand in front of you
para pelear al puño,
to fight, fist fight you,
yo voy a ver tus golpes.
I'm going to see your
Y
hits.
si yo me protejo bien,
And if I protect myself very
no me
good,
vas a lastimar tanto.
you're not going to be able to hurt me that
Pero si yo no veo quién me está tirando golpes,
But if I don't see who is the one that's throwing the
ni
punches,
siquiera me voy a poder cubrir.
I'm not even going to be able to cover myself.
Y eso es lo que pasa.
And that's what
La
happens.
gente
The people,
se cree
they think
que la iglesia
that the church
es la que tiene la autoridad.
is the one that has the authority.
Acuérdate que cuando digo iglesia, para que me entiendas, este edificio.
And remember, when I say church, I want you to understand that it's this building.
No, esto no es el poder.
This is not the power, the
El
building.
poder lo tienes tú.
You're the one that has the power.
Una iglesia se mueve
A church moves
dependiendo del poder de la gente,
depending on the power of the
del
people,
conocimiento
of
de la
the
gente.
knowledge of the people.
Sí, Señor.
Y dice en Efesios 6:12,
And it says in Ephesians 6:12,
porque no tenemos lucha contra sangre y carne, sino contra principados, contra potestades, contra los gobernadores de las tinieblas de este siglo, contra huestes espirituales de maldad en las regiones celestes.
and it says, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms.
Amen.
Estamos entendiendo algo, ¿verdad?
We're understanding, right?
Amen.
Tú hay veces que pierdes mucho tiempo
There's times that you waste too much time
discutiendo por un problema,
arguing because of a problem,
cuando el problema era así
when the problem,
y el enemigo sabe
Was like this.
hacértelo así
and the enemy knows how to make it like this,
para destruirte.
to destroy you.
That's right.
Y sabes
And you know,
que es lo más que el enemigo se sonríe de ti,
what the enemy smiles so much about you
que siempre te vence con lo mismo.
is that he always defeats you with the same thing.
Ajá.
Mira a alguien y ríete, míralo y
Look
ríete.
at somebody and laugh. Look at somebody and laugh.
Que siempre te vence con lo
He
mismo.
always defeats you with the same thing.
¿Me entendiste?
Did you understand me?
Con nada nuevo.
With nothing new.
Él no necesita nada nuevo.
He doesn't need anything new.
Porque con los que no cambian su mente,
Because with those that don't change their mind,
reproducen
Ay,
lo
santo
mismo.
Dios.
they produce the same
That's
thing.
right. Amen.
Déjame aclarar,
Yes.
déjame explicar.
Let me make this clear. Let me
Los
explain
que
it.
no cambian de mente,
Those that don't change their mind,
reproducen lo mismo día tras
they
día.
reproduce the same thing day after day.
Recurren a sus mismos debilidades.
They recur to their same weaknesses.
Entonces el enemigo sabe
So the enemy knows
cómo atacar.
how to attack.
Amén.
Amen.